Well, hello, students. How are you doing this fine February day? I haven't talked to you in a little while, so I wanted to touch base with you, see how everything was going, and I wanted to do a schedule check because we're about at Thursday, February the 9th, and that means a lot of assignments are coming due. So I wanted to recap that. You know, most important, the thing you really need to be working on is Connect. Make sure you're not saving that for the last minute. Make sure you do chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, all parts of that. So I thought I would jump over to Connect before we talk about these other pieces and just, again, see how you're doing. Now, notice with chapter 4, there's a part 1, this is that green bar, and there's a part 2, and there's that green bar. And it says that out of the 20 of us that are registered and out there working, Chapter 4, Part 2, 5 of you have gotten perfect scores. Fantastic. That is exactly what I want to see. Chapter 4, Part 1, 6 folks with an average of your best attempts at 91%. It means you are hopefully, at least maybe most of you, are above the average of the minimum score requirement, which, as you know, is 85% or above. So you're doing good. You got until Thursday night to complete that. And then chapter 3, doing good. Chapter 2. So if you're not out there working, get at it. You've got a little time, but you got to do it now, right? Now, I know, and one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, in addition to our, well, maybe I'll stick with due dates, and then I'll do, in case I run out of time, I'll talk about the test. In addition to that, you have learning project number 1. Now, this is an Excel assignment, but it is required. So do not forget that. Make sure that you have, you complete the file in the way that I asked for it to be completed, following the instructions, and that you upload it into the Pause Dropbox. I want to show you that. Okay, so here I am in Pause in our class section, and here's learning project number 1, and 9 of you have already submitted your files into the Dropbox, and I want you to know that so that you know I'm receiving it. I can go get the files, I'm going to grade it, and I'll post your grade in there. Along that same line, you've got extra credit due February 9th, fast approaching. 8 have turned in the files for Chapter 2 extra credit, 8 for Chapter 3 extra credit, and 7 for Chapter 4 extra credit. So very good there. I would like to see those numbers a little higher since this is less than half of our class, but I am excited that some of you have already completed that and you're moving forward. So, Connect, of course, being very important. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the exam. As you know, the exam will be in Connect. Now, you have a 3-day window during which to take the exam, but the exam is timed, and it is timed at 100 minutes. So that's a little bit more than an hour and a half. If you were taking the class in the classroom, of course, an hour and a half would be a regular test period, and so I give you, or class period, so I give you just a little bit longer than that. Now, let me tell you something I have told my on-campus students. When you think about this, the February the 10th is a Friday. It would be nice if you got up Friday morning and took the test, but I realize some of you work. Maybe you want to take it Friday night, Friday afternoon. Maybe you're tired. So you get up Saturday and you take it, okay? Or you take it Saturday afternoon after you've sent the kids and the spouse and everybody out of the house to get yourself some quiet time. Maybe, and I highly recommend, that you consider coming to campus so that you know that the computer is reliable, that your network connection is reliable, that if a power outage occurs, that it is documented here at the college. So that might be an option. Sunday is your safety net day, so I get a little concerned about you when you haven't taken the test by Sunday, because that when I tell you that this is due Sunday at 11:55, then if you're waiting until 11 o'clock to begin, then you don't have 100 minutes to take the test. You only have until 11:55, so I need to be really clear about that. Okay, so talking about exam number 1, again, Sunday is your safety net day. I hope that you complete your exam early. Don't wait until the last minute, okay, because it's going to be very sad if this is the one drop grade that you have for the semester. You have an opportunity to do very well on exam number 1, and don't blow it. I kind of want to kick and yell and scream, but because I really want you to be successful in this. And so, you know, plan your time, and you have 1 attempt, okay? Now, speaking of that, there's your 100 minutes, right? So I'm telling you there, no late submittal, so pay very close attention to that, and in 1 attempt. Now, also, notice that there is a password on this particular exam. When you click to start the exam, I don't want you to start by accident because you only have 1 attempt. Also, you cannot stop the clock. You can save and exit, but the clock will still be running. So make sure that when you begin the exam, you are ready to do it through to completion, okay? Go ahead and get your soft drink and go to the bathroom and be ready to go from beginning to end on the test. I think 100 minutes should be more than enough time. But, you know, again, you have 1 attempt, and as soon as you will click the name of the exam, you'll be prompted for the password. You will type in good luck. You see it's all one word, good luck. Lowercase, it is, yes, it is case sensitive. So be very careful about that. Now, upon submission, you will get detailed grading, but not immediately. It will be delayed until about Friday. The reason I do that is because I don't want you sharing the exam questions with your classmates. It's 5 questions. Each question is 10 points for a total of 50 points. They come directly from the homework, so if you are doing the homework, you should be fine. Okay, now the homework will no longer be available to you when you are taking the exam, but you do the homework to prepare. Organize your notes. It's open notes and open book. Be organized. Have little, you know, post-it notes or tabs in your book. Have your homework maybe printed out. As you know, the numbers are always changed. Every time you work the problem, the numbers are varied. The order of the questions will be varied. Okay, so, you know, but there's no tricks to this, right? We are testing to see if you understood the process. If you understood the process in the homework, it will go very quickly and you'll be fine. And that's going to be true for the entire semester, okay? So what else can I tell you about the test? You say, well, tell me the questions. Well, I'm not going to tell you that because they're in the homework. So in essence, I already have told you the questions, okay? So be aware of that. I've told you about the homework being due and all that. Now, I do want to tell you one other thing. Going back to pause here, after you finish your, after the due dates pass and after you finish your exam, I will go to the grades link and I will manually type in all your grades from Connect into pause. Now, when I complete various sections of the grading, I will email you, okay? I really will. I will use the pause email, and I will send you an email, and I will say the grades are posted for Learning Project 1, for Chapter 2 Extra Credit, for Connect Chapter 1 or Chapter 2 or whatever. Now, I will also ask that you go in and make sure that I posted your grade correctly. This is your paycheck. So if you know that you scored a 20 out of 20 on the Connect Chapter 1, if I have entered in a 0 for that, then just simply email me. I'll be glad to go verify what your grade was and then make the correction as needed. I do have a lot of students, and so it's very easy for me to make a typo, especially if I get interrupted. And it's no problem for me to correct that. And I want you to know that I work really hard not to make a mistake in the first place. But if it does happen, I want you to be looking so that we don't have to investigate this after the end of the semester, where we may find out you were working in the wrong section or so. So do that, you'll be fine, and good luck.